Greetings and salutations, and welcome back. This is left-wing progressive commentator Lee Camp. If you don't know about him, check him out. His channel is called Dangerous Ideas with Lee Camp. There'll be a link in the description to the video. His channel will be on the video, obviously. This is billionaire Peter Thiel freaks when asked a simple question. So we're going to look at this real quick. And
it's not for us to second guess everything, and I believe that broadly the IDF gets to decide what it wants to do.
So here is someone asking Peter Thiel, billionaire Peter Thiel. He's also total sociopath billionaire, as the usual. He now created and runs a weapons contractor group called the company called Palantir, which is all about surveillance, AI programming, and he works with Israel. Some of his, I think, biggest contracts are with Israel and with the U.S. Defense Department. The U.S. War Department. So like the AI that's being used to murder civilians in Gaza, at least some of it is Palantir connected, Palantir created. But watch how squirrely he gets when he's asked about his software and his company being used to kill children in Gaza.
So what do you think about the use of artificial intelligence, or lavender, by the IDF in identifying Hamas targets?
Look, I'm not without going into all the I'm not on top of all the details of what's going on in Israel because my bias is to defer to Israel.
Just how many stutters does it take to answer your company, your software, AI is being used? I don't know whether there's a direct connection between his AI and Lavender, but he is a weapons contractor. His AI is being used to murder people. He cannot, he just completely stutters all over the place when he's asked to try and address this.
Without going into all the I'm not on top of all the details of what's going on in Israel because my bias is to defer to Israel. My bias is to defer to Israel. It's not for us to second guess everything.
It's not for us to ask any questions about a genocide.
Right, to second guess everything?
Really? I think it's specifically for us as humans to ask questions.
Right, second guess some things at least, jeez.
About a genocide. That is what we should be doing. If we've got a moral, the cell in our body, we should be asking questions. Why? Why is this being done? Why is it being allowed? Who is doing it? What is their goal? Why is the U.S. supporting it? Why is the U.S. sending bombs to this genocide? What makes people think this is fine, this is okay, to murder children, to murder innocent people every day, to starve innocent people? It's not our place? Are you kidding me? Such a
especially when we're funding
morally bankrupt sack of shit. And he both admits that we shouldn't ask any questions, which is insane, but he also admits that his deference is to Israel. A bias to just assume Israel is always. Why would you have that? Why would you have that bias? I just always assume Israel's right, and I don't. He says I'm not up on the information in Israel because I don't ask any questions. This is one of the worst answers I've ever heard on this. Like, at least lie. At least say Israel's. At least pull a Sam Harris or a Ben Shapiro and say Israel does nothing wrong. They're the bestest. At least pull that. Jesus.
It's not for us to second guess everything, and I believe that broadly the IDF gets to decide what it wants to do, and that they're broadly in the right, and that's sort of the perspective I come back to.
Broadly, the IDF gets to decide what they do, and they're always in the right. I forgot to mention, this guy plays a pretty powerful role in the Trump administration. Not as powerful as Elon Musk, but he completely funded and created J.D. Vance. He is the founder and CEO of Palantir, which is a massive weapons contractor with a massive Pentagon contractor. He heavily donated to Trump's campaign. He has the ear of the president as closely as just about anyone does, with the exception of Elon Musk, who is in Trump's pants. And these are the people that are deciding what the U.S. does going forward. Absolute sociopaths.
So obviously you could tell he's a little bit to the left of Majority Report, Secular Talk, Humanist Report, things like that. Well, maybe not Humanist Report, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so if you like the more progressive left-wing people, go check them out. But we're going to look at Palantir real quick. So this is called The Future of Warfare and Palantir. It's obviously very high tech. This is going to cost a lot of money, right? Or does cost a lot of money. Not going to, but they have this, it seems. They try to make it look beautiful and artsy with the conductor. Oh, okay, they were attacking the boats. You want another Palantir commercial?
We must choose to engage with the world as it actually is. Not how we want it.
As it actually is. We've done a lot to create the world as it actually is right now. And with patents and not sharing, we make it worse. Like, not only do we destroy stuff, but we don't share.
Not how we want it to be.
How do we want it to be, though? I mean, I know how I want it to
From
be.
the foxhole to the factory floor. From the battlefield to the boardroom.
Too much foxholes and battlefields and boardrooms.
Shoulder to shoulder. Palantir supports our fighting forces. We share one mission. Win.
Win. So it's very capitalist, very competitive, right? Win at all costs type of deal. But you see the amount of money, the amount of resources that we put into killing and battlefield and destroying. If we put that amount of resources into building, China goes around engaging in the world as it actually is, and they don't start wars. They just build trains, planes, and automobiles. They go around hooking people up, building big ports and just all kinds of massive infrastructure. We go around destroying people's infrastructure. Look at Gaza. Look at Iraq after 20 years. Afghanistan after 20 years. And by the way, Afghanistan doesn't sell poppy anymore. They were like the number one supplier of poppy while we were in there for the last like 20 years. Before that, they were selling zero. Now they're back to selling zero. But again, competitive capitalism, it's all about the money. So yes, that was Peter Thiel from Palantir, and that's the guy we were talking about, and Lee Camp was the guy covering him. And so yeah, keep getting information from across the spectrum.